In this video, I'm going to explain how the electronic journal works inside of the NotaryGadget app. So the first thing you're going to see is once you've activated, you're going to see a new icon that appears here, which is this little book icon or journal icon. And when it's orange, it means that you have not entered in a journal icon, or you have not entered in a journal entry for that particular signing. If you see a little 1 next to it, that means that I have one journal entry that has been started but has not been completed. So I'm going to go ahead and start from the beginning and show you how to enter a new one. You go ahead and tap on the icon, just like any of the other icons that we have. You're going to click the plus sign to add a new entry. And here you're going to have the date and time of the entry. You can use a GPS location or an address. You can put in your notes, what have you. Click next. And now what you're going to see here is a summary of the journal. And what you're going to see is the status of it, the date, time, location, and then it's going to automatically add in any signers that you had entered into the signing as signers here. So if you need to add in a witness, or if you need to make any changes or what have you, if you need to add a new one, just use the plus person icon up here, whether it's a signer or a witness, doesn't matter. If you need to edit an existing one, and at some point you will, because you're going to want to verify their ID and so on and so forth. So if I click on it and then I click edit, I can come in here and I can type in their information. I can choose what type of verification type was it an ID card or what have you. Now, one of the nice things here too is you can do a couple of things. One is you can scan the barcode of their license. Now, this only works on licenses. It does not work on passports because passports do not have the barcode, does not have the ID number encoded inside of it. So on those, you'll need to manually enter them for the time being. Now, the other option here is you can take a picture of the person if you wanted to do that. You could do that option as well. But once you've entered in all of their information, you can choose. I'm just going to manually enter it in here. Let's just say it was a driver's license, and I type it all in. And my ID expires 10/25. And let's just say their average was Main Street, Michigan. And I hit save. And now that person's ID has been, or I got to select the option, I have verified their ID. And now you're going to see the green ID verified. And I would go in and do the exact same thing for Rhonda here as well. So let me go in and do that real quick. What I'm going to want to do now, and you don't have to necessarily do it in this order, it just depends on how you typically will work. Some people like to go to the signing, add all the documents while they're there. Some people like to prep everything and add all the documents ahead of time, so when they get to the signing, all they have to do is just select which people go to which documents. You're going to click the documents icon. Now, what you're going to see here is a list of documents that are going to automatically pop up. This is called your master document list. Now, what it is it's just a list of documents that you can go in and easily select. Now, what you're going to see here, your account will actually have a lot more documents than is listed here. This is just the testing account. So what you're going to do is you simply select the documents that you are notarizing in this particular signing. And when you do, you select the type of notarization it is. If you click the More button, you'll give you other options here. And then you choose who is a party to that document. And you're just basically going to go through and select all the ones that you want. Now, if you need to add a document that's not in this list, you have a couple of options. The first one is let's say that I just want to add some weird random document that appeared in this signing that never appears in any other signing. In that particular case, I'm going to hit the plus document here, and let's just call this random document for sake of example. Now, I have the option to add this to this journal entry only, or to add it to this journal entry and my master list. Now, if I add it to my master list, that means the next journal entry that I go to make it for any signing, it's going to automatically appear as one of those documents that I can select. So if it's a common document, you're going to want to add it to your master list. If it's only a random document that you pretty much never see, then you should probably only add it to this journal entry. Otherwise, you're going to end up with this master list that's super long and super complicated. So I'm just going to add it to this one for this example. And if you'll see, it's going to automatically select it for me. And let's just say it was just Rhonda who had to be part of this document. So once I'm done now, I just click the back button. It's going to ask me if I want to save changes. I'm going to say yes. So if you'll notice, it's automatically added in all those documents and who was a party to each of those documents. Now, let's go back here for a second. So this edit master list. So if we come in here, if I want to edit the master list, it's going to give you an explanation there. Here's where I can go in and I can make changes to my master list if I wanted to. So if I want, like, let's say that there is a let's say that I want to add mortgage to. So this is a very good example where let's say that you have more than one copy of a mortgage that needs to be notarized. Obviously you can't, the system won't let you select mortgage twice because it doesn't say what's the differences. So you could add something like mortgage copy to or something like that as a good example and hit save. Now this will always appear in my master list. So if I come down here, as you're going to see, it's always here listed as mortgage copy to. So if I wanted to, I could have select that and add it to this particular journal entry. Now, once you've gotten to this point, you're going to need to close out the journal entry. And the way that you close out the journal entry is you have the person sign it. Now, not every state is required to even have a journal. And then in some states, you're not, the borrowers or the parties to it do not have to sign it. But if you do have one where they do have to sign, and regardless of whether they do or don't, you still use this signing icon in order to close out the entry. So if I click on this, it's going to give you this message. I'm going to hit OK. Now it's going to bring up a signature pad that's in here. So if you're in a state that doesn't require it, or you don't, for whatever reason, you don't want to have them sign, you click the signature not required, and then you can click next person. Now, if it was an actual person need to sign, you can do, their signature. They'll get a chance to sign it on your phone. And then you're going to click the finish journal entry. And then once you have, it's going to ask you if you automatically want to record the number of notarial acts that you perform. So just like you normally would type those in, now that you're using the journal entry, you're going to go ahead and hit yes, and it's going to automatically put in the number of notarial acts. And if you've already have a default amount per fee, it's going to automatically fill that in. I simply hit save, and now your journal entry is completed, and those notarial acts have been recorded for you. Now, if you need to reprint off a report of all of your, or print off this particular journal entry, or if you need to print off a report of all of your journal entries, both of those can only be done on the website because they're going to require a much bigger screen, and you're going to need to send it to a printer. It's going to generate as a PDF, so you could save it or send it to a printer. Hope this helps.